That was Joe.
This
Yep.
is it right
Guys got to
here.
meet him a little bit.
Started
Next up, we got JohnnyRock.
It's going. Yep.
Johnny, yep, you're good. Take it. Yep, I got it. Yep.
He's getting his camera ready, guys. No worries. All right, everyone. JohnnyRock.
Thank you, everyone. So it's been a while since I've been up here, so I'm a little nervous. Most professional comedians will say that they get nervous between every show. I'm no exception. So I use the old liquid courage to help out if I can. Sometimes it does help, sometimes it does not. Tonight, not so much. But anyways, so I like to tonight. I like to talk about my wife and I. My wife and I this summer have been together for 25 years, and thank you. And I'd like to share with you how we met. So we met through I was at a company working, and she came in as a temp, and because I spoke Spanish, my wife is Hispanic. I was told I had to train her in. However, it was a bad morning, and so I wasn't in the best of moods. But they still wanted me to train her in, so it wasn't a great meeting for me and my wife at first. So I spent the next week trying to smooth things out with my wife because I liked her and I wanted to get to know her. So anyways, so after a couple weeks of talking with her, I decided to ask her out on a date. And when I did that, I said to her, I said, hey, in choppy Spanish, I said, hey, would you like to go out with me on a date? And she looked me right in the eyes and she said, no. And I said, well, why not? And she said, my sister's pregnant. And I was like, well, I didn't do it, so what's the problem? Can we go on a date? She said, no, I have to wait until the baby's born. So I said, all right, great. So fast forward, baby comes, and I asked her out on a date. I said, can you go on a date with me now? She said, no. Why not? She said, because I had to stay home and help my sister with the baby. Now, that didn't make sense to me at the time, but I didn't know the baby was born cesarean, so her sister was on a lot of weight restrictions, so she couldn't do it. So anyways, fast forward, we finally go out on a date. We start dating for about 2 months. Things are going very well, and I decided that, you know what, I want to ask her to be my girlfriend. And what's even better was that her birthday was coming up. So I thought, all right, I'll do something really sweet for her. I'll buy her a birthday gift. So what I got for her was a white and yellow gold diamond bracelet. And she's not even my girlfriend yet. But I was very hopeful that she'd say yes. So we went out. I brought her back to the house because I told her I had a gift for her. And I showed her the box, and her eyes got all big and bright. And I opened the box and showed her the white and gold diamond bracelet. And she said, oh my God, I love it. And I said, well, try it on. So she put it on, and she's all, beautiful, I love it. I'm like, yeah, of course you do. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. So then I took it off her, and she put it back in the box, and then I said to her, so, I was just wondering, dating a while, I thought maybe, would you like to be my girlfriend? And she looked right at me, took the box, clicked it shut, pushed it forward, and said, no. What the fuck? What the fuck? So, all right, well then, so fast forward to the next weekend. I had my daughter that weekend, and so I decided to take my daughter and my would-be girlfriend to Valley Fair in Shakopee, Minnesota, and we were going to go on the wild thing. So as we got closer to time to get on the ride, she got more and more nervous, and she looked at me and she said, I think we're going to die. And I said, no, we're not going to die. We're going to be fine. And just before we're going to get to the platform where you get onto the carts, she said, I'll be your girlfriend. I don't want to die and not have anybody special in my life.
Oh.
I was like, well, cool. It just brought the threat of death for you to be my girlfriend. Thank you so much for that. But it was good. It was good. So then a couple months after that, we started living together. And then, so when you live together, it's a feeling out process, of course, as many of you may know. You find out things that you may like or not like the person that you're now living with. And some of the things was like when I get mail, I put it on the table, and she would say, don't leave the mail on the table, put it where it's supposed to be. When you're done drying your clothes, don't leave your clothes in the dryer, things like that. So my thing with her was, she would never put the toothpaste cap back on the toothpaste tube. No matter what I did to ask her to do it, she wouldn't do it. Kind of frustrating because your toothpaste gets all crusty when you squirt it out. You know, just a hard end and then a soft end. Anyways, so I thought, all right, it'll be all right. I'll do one better. I'll get her toothpaste with the flip cap. You know, flip it open, flip it back on, flip it open, flip it back on. Can't get any easier than that, right? She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. So I stopped putting the toilet seat back down. They say you gotta pick and choose your battles. All right then, that's one of them right there. Needless to say, she puts the toothpaste cap on all the time now. Anyways, so I'm gonna use this because my melon seeds don't always connect, so I have to have notes. This being my melon seeds being my brain cells, and so at 56 years old, sometimes we brain fart. So you walk into a room, why'd you come in? I don't know. You start going back, then you remember why you went in that room, and then you go back to the room, but on halfway back to the room, you get distracted by something else, and then forget why you were going to go to the room. Anyway, so that's how I am. Anyways, so sorry about that. Okay, so here's another thing. How many married people we got here? You got any married people? All right, good. Me too. I'm married. I know it. You know it. How about this? How often does your wife have like a honey-do list for you? Mine, all the time, just keeps getting bigger and bigger all the time, you know? And that old expression where it says, it's a quirky expression, it goes, happy wife, happy life, right? And now does that mean for her it's gonna be a happy life, or is it for me it's gonna be a happy life?
Her.
Because she's happy that I'm doing what she wants me to do. I want to know where the quirky saying is for the husband, you know? Happy wife, happy life, happy husband. Let me put it in your butt then. How about that?
Yeah.
Is that going to be happy for her or for me? Hopefully both. When we after we were married and she started working, I thought it'd just be easier for her to have. When she started working, she was going to open up a bank account, and I decided, how about we just do a joint bank account? And so I put her name into my account, and I told her this. I said, we'll just do a joint bank account. What do you think? And she said, once again with this little tiny powerful word, no. And I said, why not? She said, and I quote, I don't want to have to pay for your beer. I drink that much beer, I got a beer truck in the driveway, and she's going to be paying for that. So I said, that's fine, honey, that's fine. I don't want to have to pay for your tortillas, because you Mexicans eat a lot of tortillas. Just kidding, I didn't say that. I said tortillas, that's what I said. She's a great wife. She's very supportive. I tell you indirectly how she's supportive. So, family dinner, and the vegetable selected for that night was corn. And don't get ahead of me. And so my youngest son, 14 at the time, he started shoveling in the corn into his mouth. And I asked him, I said, Tyson, hey, do you know what you say to corn just before you eat it? And And he said, no. I said, see you tomorrow. And he said, what does that mean? And I said, well, tomorrow when you go poop, go ahead and look at the poop in the toilet. You'll see little golden nuggets staring back up at you. That's your corn. And he said, that's gross. That's gross. My wife goes, John, we're at the gym chamber. We're having dinner. We're eating. I'm like, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't have said that. And then she leans over to my son and whispers, but you should check just to make sure everything's okay. But she's awesome. She really is. So one little thing before I go, I just have one quick joke. Something hopefully none of you have heard it, but you may have. I'm just going to say this. So there's two things as adults we hated when we were children, but we love as adults. And that's naps and spankings. Personally, I'd rather just have a nap than a spanking. I don't do spankings. It's not my thing, but. All right, I'm laughing because I had another joke written down and I forgot it. And so now there's that thing where I'm brain farting again at 56. So with that, I'm going to say I apologize for not for my last joke, but thank you all for listening very much. That's my time.
All right, Johnny.
Mic drop.